Hello, family, friends, and acquaintances out there in the social media world. Also want to extend a greetings and invitation to all my comrades in arms, veterans, and fellow service members. So I'm continuing my devotional series today from my very first book ever, His Story, Your Story. And we're looking at chapter 7, which is titled From the Wonder Years to the College Years. So now we're looking at part 1. The title of part 1 is By the Skin of My Teeth. And the verse that I want us to meditate upon is Job chapter 19, verse 20, which says, I am nothing but skin and bones. I have escaped only by the skin of my teeth. So I want to share with you briefly how I got into Trinity Christian College by an eyelash. Okay, got in by the skin of my teeth. Well, first of all, if you recall from one of my earlier devotionals, one of my teachers made a huge impact on me, and former coach, Mr. Glosser, who basically helped elevate my game in high school by giving up basketball and solely focusing on baseball. And I thought he was out of his mind that one day he asked me if I wanted to play in college. That same day he told me to give up basketball and focus on baseball. And if you recall it correctly, I was at a low point in my high school career, and I was looking for any opportunity. I had nothing to lose. Anyways, here we are. So I had a really good senior year, and I led the team in 8 offensive categories. Ironically, 3 of those were stolen base attempts, stolen bases, and stolen base percentage. And just those 3 out of the 8. Anyways, I had either 5 small colleges throughout the state of Illinois either looking at me or I was looking at them because I had a really good senior year. You gotta remember, I was 5'0" 100 so just like Rudy, I didn't impress a lot of people, but I had heart and soul. So, 8th grade, I wanted to be a truck driver, laugh out loud. I only wanted to go to college for one reason, that was to play baseball for all 4 years. However, I was going to do that. That was my focus. I was going to do it. I was determined to do it. Senior year, I wanted to be a PE teacher and coach, forest ranger, and police officer in those order. I just wanted a good paying job someday that I love to do and look forward to going to every day. And later, y'all know that I eventually went into the ministry, which I'll talk about another day. So, I was always a C/B student on average, had to work really hard for those C's and B's, get an A here and there. And long story short, I really didn't have the academics to get into most of the schools. But when I took the ACT, you had to mark so many schools to send your results to, and I picked Trinity Christian College because it sounded cool, like Lincoln Christian College. After that, the baseball coach showed a lot of interest in me and consistently called and checked up on me and asked me how I was doing. And I had 1,000,000 to 1 odds to get into Trinity, and I barely did academically. In fact, my first semester, I was on academic probation and had to work my way out of it. But I got in, barely. You had to have a high enough ACT score, class rank, and grade point average, and I barely got in by an eyelash. How was I going to pay for it? Back then, going into college, it was fall of 2001, and it was $20,000 a year. And I got a lot of financial aid. Eventually got a scholarship my senior year for baseball. And I had to take out some loans to pay for school. But long story short, it worked out miraculously. Met my wife. I found my calling into the ministry. Played 4 years of college baseball and had some challenges, which I'll talk about down the road. And I graduated in 4 years, played 4 years of baseball, and the rest is history. God is good. What can we take from this? I believe that God works supernaturally, sovereignly, and providentially in our lives. And I want us to focus on how he works providentially in our lives. That just simply means he works through circumstances and people to accomplish his will in our lives. And it was that dreadful day in Effingham, Illinois, when I took the ACT and just simply put Trinity Christian College down to send my transcripts to. And the rest was history. I didn't know, but that's once the baseball coach had a lot of interest in me, and I had a slight chance to get in, and I got in, 1,000,000 to 1 odds by God's grace, miraculously got in. I knew that's where God wanted me to be. So until next time, take care and God bless.